afternoon, boys and girls. This afternoon, we're going to talk about telling time again. And let's remember a quick review. There are two hands on the clock. The hour hand is the smaller hand. The word hour is smaller, so the hour hand is smaller. And it counts the hours in the clock. And remember, there's 24 hours in one full day. And then we have the minute hand, which is the bigger hand, and it counts all the minutes in a clock. And remember, it has to go around one full rotation, 60 minutes, for that hour hand to move one number, 1 hour. Let's remember that the clock is worth 5. So when we're counting on the clock, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60. Okay? Today, what we're going to practice is we're going to look at our clock, and we're going to practice one more day of o'clock and half past, meaning 2:30, 3:30, 4:30. Let's remember, when we're looking at the clock, we're going to look at the hour hand first. So this is going to be 7. And then if the big hand, the minute hand, is directly at the 12, that means it's o'clock. So this would show 7 o'clock. Okay? So if the clock looked like this, okay, we're going to look at the hour hand first. And when I look at the hour hand, it's between two numbers. So I'm going to draw a dotted line between my two numbers. I'm going to look at the 8 and the 9. And I know that I'm going to pick the 8 first because the clock is going around in this direction. Okay? And then the minute hand is pointing to the 6, and I know that's worth 30. So this clock is showing 8:30. Okay? So do another one. Erase the dots. All right, let's do a few more. All right, let's see. All right, so I'm going to look at my hour hand first. It's pointing to the 5. Then I'm going to look at my minute hand, which is pointing to the 12, which is worth 60, or o'clock. So this is showing 5 o'clock. Okay, let's look at this one. Again, I'm going to look at my hour hand first. It's between my 11 and 12. I'm going to pick the 11 because it's not quite 12 yet. And now when I look at my minute hand, I'm down at the 6. So that is showing me 11:30. All right, so what I wanted to do now is I am going to use my little clock here. And I'm going to put a time on my clock. And I would like you to write it down in your notebook. Okay? So, here we go. All right. So, here we go. So, just put a number 1 in your notebook and write down what time you see. So, look at your minute hand, your hour hand first, and it's between two numbers. Okay, so take your smaller number and then look at your minute hand, count by 5s, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and write down your time. All right, here's the next one. Okay, number 2. Okay, I want you to look at the hour hand first. Write the number down, and then look at our minute hand, and you should know what it means when it's straight up at the 12. Okay, number 3. is number 3. Okay, you're going to look at the hour hand first. It's between 2 numbers. So pick your smaller number first, because that means it's halfway between. And then look at your minute hand. Count by 5s. And write down what the minute hand is showing us. And let's do another one. Okay, let's try this one. Again, you're looking at the hour hand first. It's between 2 numbers. Okay, pick the smaller number. And then count by 5s. And always start at the 1. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And write down what the minute hand is showing. Okay, we're going to do one more. Alright, here we go. This is number 5. Alright, so we're going to look at our hour hand first, right here. Write the number down. Then look at your minute hand. If it's straight up at the 12, we know what that means. Alright. So let's go back and check our answers, and then I'm going to send a picture of a math worksheet that I'd like you to complete. Alright, so number 1 looked like this. And number 1, the answer is 10:30. Number 2 looked like this. And our answer is 9 o'clock. Number 3 looked like this. And that's 5:30. Number 4 looked like this. And that was 3:30. And number 5 looked like this. And that was 7 o'clock. Okay, so I'm going to send your parents the afternoon math worksheet and write the answers in your notebook, and I will see everybody tomorrow morning. Have a good night. Take care.